Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video and welcome back to my WWE 2K Gem mode in All Elite Wrestling. That is right, we are finally back for Season 2, Episode 2 of the AEW Gem mode. I apologize, it's been a while since we last posted an episode. We're going to be way more consistent with them now. I'm sorry, I kind of got burnt out on YouTube and just took a bit of a break. But man, we are back with a banger here today on the GM mode, my goodness. I mean, I know pretty much every episode of this series is kind of must-see TV and you don't want to miss it, but this episode, there is a lot happening, and so lock in and get ready. But with that being said, before we jump into Dynamite here tonight, we not only have a few announcements to make at the top of today's show, but we also have to take a look at the current budget, see how many views and ratings the first episode got, and see how much money we can add on to the current budget, and then see who we want to buy in today's episode. And so after the first episode of Season 2, our budget remained at $69,000, and that episode broke over 1,000 views and over 150 likes, which means that's plus $30,000 for the views and plus $25,000 for the likes, leaving our overall new budget at $124,000. And to kick off the spending in this GM mode episode, I'm actually going to go ahead and make amends for something that I did something a little bit naughty, something a little bit illegal. I actually got a superstar in this series, and or not superstar, sorry, a professional wrestler I got in this series by the name of Samoa Joe. I got him, he debuted at All Out, he was on the first episode of Dynamite against HANGMAN and Page, and I realized I never actually paid for him, so let's go ahead and do that. And Samoa Joe comes in at $35,000, so we can go ahead and minus that from the overall budget. And so welcome officially to the AEW Dynamite roster, free agent for $35,000, Samoa Joe. Well, now that we've gone ahead and warmed ourselves up a little bit in this GM mode episode, everyone's nice and settled in now. We bought Samoa Joe. Let's go ahead and make the first announcement of today's episode. And so as you guys know, anyone that shows up on AEW Dynamite or Rampage now in the AEW universe in real life is eligible to be in the GM mode. And so the first person that I need to go back and add to the Bible roster is none other than Nick effing Gage. And so welcome to the Bible roster to Nick effing Gage. Now this next announcement is more of just a tease because as you may know recently, the competition has been releasing a lot of their best superstars, a lot of superstars that they really underrate, a lot of professional wrestlers that would be a great fit to my GM mode. And as you know, with the GM mode, anyone that gets released or their contract expires, they are eligible to show up here on Dynamite. And honestly, anytime you log onto Twitter when any of these releases or contract expirations happen, you can't really miss them. But I'm just going to say keep an eye out, because I will be keeping an eye out as well. Any contracts that expire, I will be quick to try and pick them up for my AEW Dynamite before they sign somewhere else. And I mean, hell, you never even know. Maybe negotiations are going on right now behind the scenes. Perhaps, you know, maybe a little bit of a Bryan Danielson, a Nature Boy, woo, Ric Flair. Maybe even a little bit of a spooky one, a Wyndham Rotunda. The Cult of Rotunda might be coming to AEW. What about a contract expiration? Adam Cole, baby, coming back from the dead, because in my universe he's dead. He's a ghost. But lately I've been going to bed and I've felt chills as if this Adam Cole fella never really died, and that he could be coming back to life possibly here in the GM mode. I don't know, I'm just getting chills like that. So maybe, and maybe even one of my favorites of all time as well, in the Bruiserweight, Pete Dunne, who is rumored to be not signing his contract extension, but we'll have to wait and see. I would love to get him in this GM mode. I love to get all of British Strong Style in this GM mode, because I will actually treat them properly. And I mean, I'm trying to think, I think that about addresses everyone, every other notable person that could be out there in the professional wrestling world as a free agent that could possibly be signed to AEW. I don't really think I'm missing anyone. Oh, that's right. We've got our final announcement. So ladies and gentlemen, before you jump into today's huge episode of AEW Dynamite, episode 2 of season 2, we are going to make a bit of an announcement. For season 2 of AEW GM mode, we are going to also add AEW Rampage, and the first episode will be none other than the first dance, coming to you from the United Center in Chicago, Illinois. And that announcement right there means exactly what you think it means. So you don't want to miss that first episode of AEW Rampage, because it is going to be a big one. And just to explain a little bit, when it comes to the episodes of AEW Rampage, they will be going alongside the AEW Gem mode, so there will be the main AEW Gem mode episodes, and then a bonus video during the week will be AEW Rampage as well. So it'll go AEW Gem mode season 2 episode 2 into Rampage episode 1, back to season 2 episode 3, and we'll just continue that every every week. And on some of the weeks, if it's a less substantial episode of Rampage, then maybe we'll just put it into highlights in the main video. But essentially, Rampage will be just a bit of an extra piece of content, you know, maybe 10 to 15 minutes to maybe 20-minute episodes just to showcase more superstars or more wrestlers on my roster that don't really get the limelight on Dynamite on the main show, and we'll build up more stars and more storylines, and it'll just give us a bit more time to do our thing over there on Rampage, you know. So I'm very excited, you know. In the words of Miro, this is Rampage. As well as all of that, one more thing, the views and ratings that we get on the Rampage episodes will also count towards our main budget in the AEW gym mode. So it's kind of just like I'm diversifying my revenue streams right here. We got an extra show, which means I get a little bit of an extra money for producing an extra show to you guys. And I may have mentioned this a moment ago, but first episode of Rampage in the United Center in Chicago, Illinois, a packed out crowd, a sold out crowd. It's going to be special. And so keep an eye out for the first episode of AEW Rampage, but without any more further ado, let's go ahead and finally stop talking now and introduce you into another episode, a must-see edition of my AEW Dynamite. You boys better not let me down again. I pulled a lot of strings to get you here for a reason. That was to help me keep that title. Now that I no longer have that title, you know what your job is, right? To help you get it back? To help me get it back, that is right. Now I'm not saying you have to come out there with me. I don't want there to be any asterisks tonight when I beat Darby. But all I'm saying is if the situation is looking dire, then maybe we activate the insurance policy and make sure things go my way. Do you understand? Yes, we understand, Kenny. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of AEW Dynamite. It's Wednesday and you know what that means. And apparently, given the entrance music and given who I'm seeing right now, we are about to be joined by a man who is going to be pissed off, Samoa Joe, after the events of last week's TNT Championship main event against Hangman Adam Page. After Hangman Adam Page successfully retained the TNT Championship by rolling up Samoa Joe in a crucifix pin to escape with the championship, Samoa Joe is going to be in no mood here tonight. Oh, Hangman, where are you? I have spent a whole week sitting on what happened in our match and how you stole the victory from me via a crucifix. It's pathetic. I knew you were scared of me, but I didn't think you'd stoop so low. So here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna bring your ass out here and we're gonna run it back. You're gonna give me another title match, damn it. Hangman, it is in your best interest to not keep me waiting. You know what? Fine. Hangman, you and yours will live to regret this disrespect you put on my name. You best believe that. I'm not finished with you yet. Oh, hang on a second. This one's a surprise. Here comes the leader of the Peak Nation, Christian Cage, a man who we haven't seen since the All Out pay-per-view. And of course, since that TNT Championship ladder match which Hangman Adam Page went on to win. Well, Joe, I don't know where Hangman is, but I actually plan on coming out here to challenge him too, and considering you fumbled your opportunity, I had assumed you'd be heading to the back of the line. Oh, you got jokes. That's real cute, but that's fighting talk and I'm in the mood to fight, so what do you say? It's been a good 15 years since I was last in the ring with you, but I'm down to run it back. Let's do it. Well, Samoa Joe is ready and Christian Cage is ready as well. This impromptu match to open up Dynamite. Here we go. Joe against Christian Cage, and what a run, what a run back in history this is here. It's been a while since the old Impact Wrestling, since the old TNA days, since we saw Christian Cage and Samoa Joe in the same ring, in the same company at the same time, but we're now getting to witness it right here. Big neck breaker there by Christian. And now Joe, Joe went for a strike there, but Christian, he's a wily veteran. He knows a thing or two about how to deal with bigger competitors, but Joe, he's a machine, a monster, a beast, as there's a big chop to the back and a kick to the chest of Cage. Oh, what an impromptu match this is to kick off Wednesday Night Dynamite here on TNT, as there's a big knee by Samoa Joe, and look at the strikes. No, never mind, counter knee by Christian Cage, and now the drop kick as well. Real icing on the cake right there as Christian is looking thinking, I mean, I guess in a way this is somewhat of a number one contendership match, although it is not officially. You heard what Cage said when he came out here. He said he was coming out here to challenge Hangman Adam Page since Samoa Joe fumbled his opportunity last week against Hangman Adam Page. Hangman has not been seen all day today. He don't exactly know where the TNT champion is, but it was certainly taken as disrespect the fact that he didn't show up in Samoa Joe's eyes. I mean, he completely just decided to no-show and not come out here to confront Samoa Joe, and now we've got both these men who are hunting for a champion, hunting for a title, but the champion is nowhere to be found. Big uppercut there by Christian Cage as he goes to the cover here on Samoa Joe. Is this about to be it? Oh, rope break. Nicely done by Joe. And I mean, hey, the show only just started here tonight. There is still plenty of time left for the champion to show up in Hangman Adam Page. Big frog splash. It has failed though. Samoa Joe getting his huge knees up right there, countering it, but no, another counter by Christian Cage. Back and forth we go between these two men, and again a big knee by Joe. Back and forth we go, and now the strike slapping him down. God damn. But as I was saying, there is still plenty of time in this show as there's a nice counter by Samoa Joe. Hang on a second. Now Joe rolling through and just a tight grip here by the Samoan submission machine on Cage, but there is still plenty of time left on this Dynamite episode for the TNT champion to show up and to confront these two men who are after his title, these two challengers in Cage and Joe. And the big drop kick delivered, and now Christian Cage with the reverse DDT there on Joe, getting down the big man, going in. Oh, never mind, another rope break right there. Joe using his huge frame to his advantage. And now look at this, Christian Cage is lining up Samoa Joe, perhaps looking for that kill switch, engaged, looking for that unprettier, but no, it's countered by Samoa Joe. And oh my goodness, here we go. Samoa Joe down into the Coquina clutch, but no, it's countered by Christian Cage, not allowing it to be locked in fully with the reverse headbutt right there, taking out Joe momentarily. Christian Cage with the stomp straight to the abdomen of Samoa Joe. And look at this, the peeps are feeling it. Do you believe in Christian? Because Christian Cage certainly believes in himself and believes that he can become TNT champion someday soon. And now here we go, Christian building up the momentum, the double clothesline, comeback incoming pass for Christian Cage, big backbreaker on the big man. And now Cage into another cover here, won an opening match. This has been on Dynamite, but no, another kick out. And now here we go, oh no, another counter by Joe, big knee there to the head by Samoa Joe. And now this is where Joe snaps. Joe is in no mood after the disrespect by Hangman Adam Page, not only last week when he rolled him up in the crucifix to retain the title, but the fact that Joe did not get Hangman Adam Page to come out here and confront him earlier tonight. Joe is pissed. And now look at this, Joe lifting up Christian, massive power bomb. And now Joe, oh my goodness me, wait a minute. Samoa Joe running in on Christian Cage, big back suplex as well. And Christian is not in a good place right now, not at all. Oh no, wait a minute, it's been a while since we saw this move. Christian Cage is up, and Joe delivers a muscle buster. The muscle buster slamming down Christian Cage, and no one is kicking out of that kind of impact. And now Joe dragging Christian Cage away from the ropes to avoid a rope break as Samoa Joe picks up his first win in his AEW career. What a freaking match that was between Samoa Joe and Christian Cage, running it back to the mid-2000s in TNA, but in the end, Samoa Joe simply too mean for the Samoan submission machine, and he continues his warpath as he heads toward Hangman Adam Page, wherever Hangman Adam Page may be. I don't freaking know, but either way, Samoa Joe decides to show up. Hangman Adam Page may continue playing his mind games with Samoa Joe, but eventually the mind games have got to run out, and we've got to see Joe versus Hangman Adam Page 2 at some point down the line, because Joe will not give up and he will not stop until he is TNT champion. That's just a fact now. There are 8 million ways to die, and she is one of them. The brand new AEW Women's Champion Awesome Kong is about to join us here on Dynamite. It was just over a week ago at the All Out pay-per-view where she of course conquered Hikaru Shida, ending her long Women's Championship reign in that no-holds-barred Chicago street fight to win the championship, and now the reign of dominance begins for Awesome Kong. And for the AEW fans out there that are very keen-eyed, you may notice that Awesome Kong is actually spotting a brand new AEW Women's Championship design here tonight on Dynamite, essentially saying in an interview earlier this week, it is out with the old and in with the new. Of course, the old being Shida, who is now injured on the sidelines after that match at All Out, and the new being Awesome Kong and her reign of dominance, which begins tonight here on Dynamite. I hate to say I told you so, but I told you so. I said I would dominate Shida at All Out, and that's exactly what happened. When there were no rules, Shida simply could not hang with the most dominant woman in AEW history, and she crumbled just like I knew she would. And now the doctors tell me she will be out indefinitely. But now there's another issue. Now I have no one left to dominate in the AEW Women's Division. No one left to defend this title against. I've cleaned up and cleaned out every other woman in AE. Oh my goodness me, hang on a second, I recognize that theme music. Impact Wrestling Zone. Jordynne Grace has just pulled up, and this is going to be a very interesting confrontation between these two powerhouses. There may be no one left in the AEW Women's Division, Kong, but there sure is someone from the Impact Knockouts Division that would love to kick your ass. You're not serious. I'm not kidding. Give me a title match here tonight, or are you scared I'll embarrass you? I mean, honestly, if I beat you, you may as well leave AEW too, because once I take that title from you, you probably shouldn't show up here ever again. Oh, I accept your terms. There's no chance you beat me anyway, and even if you somehow do, I don't want to be in this company anymore. You're on. And well, now here we go. Aubrey Edwards rings the bell. Jordynne Grace against Awesome Kong live here on Dynamite for the AEW Women's Championship. This is an impromptu match. I can't believe what I'm seeing right now. Jordynne Grace has showed up, and she is now competing against the awesome beast, the Awesome Kong. And now Kong just driving Grace into the mat. I'm trying to wrap my head around what we just saw. Awesome Kong came out here, disrespected Shida, said there's nobody else in the women's division, in the AEW Women's Division for her to face. Jordynne Grace pulls up from Impact Wrestling to say, hey, there may be no one left in the AEW division. My goodness me, what the hell am I seeing right now? Kong is snapping. Jordynne Grace is pulling up to throw down this challenge. Kong has accepted, and not only all of those things, but on top of that, I mean, it's not an official stipulation, but what it was insinuated, Jesus Christ, what a massive powerbomb there by Awesome Kong, and now Awesome Kong with another awesome bomb. But it was basically insinuated by Jordynne Grace and essentially accepted by Awesome Kong that if Awesome Kong loses the championship in this impromptu championship match, then she will be gone from AEW. She will leave because she doesn't want to be around for a championship reign of Jordynne Grace. And my God, Kong is wilding out. Kong is wilding out, and it doesn't connect. Double knees by Grace. Double knees by Grace off the splash, but she still gets caught by Awesome Kong for the Gorilla Press. And here we go. And this is really just wild, man. I mean, first of all, there was the insane all-out pay-per-view. Then there was the fact that Shida was injured. Then Awesome Kong comes out here to start her a championship reign, and now Jordynne Grace has pulled up from Impact Wrestling. The forbidden door has truly been unlocked, and it will never be closed again at this rate. I mean, Jesus Christ. There are just things going on now. Jordynne Grace with a massive heel kick there to the champion, the AEW Women's Champion, as Aubrey Edwards watches on in this heated championship affair right here. These two women only just pretty much locked horns, and it already feels like a very personal affair here live on Dynamite. And right now, Jordynne Grace is somewhat building momentum. Never mind spike DDT by the Women's Champion, Awesome Kong. And now Kong, it may just be business as usual, as she has a stretch out like an accordion right here for that torture rack. Look at the way Jordynne Grace's body has been contorted up there on top of Awesome Kong, and this may be it. This may be it for Jordynne Grace. Hell of a fight by Thick Mama Punk, but never mind. Arm drag counter by Jordynne Grace, and Grace went for the drop kick right there, didn't quite connect with it. She's still up. Kong with another counter. Back and forth we go between these two women. Jawbreaker, and now Jordynne Grace has Awesome Kong in the corner. And what the hell is Grace thinking here? Grace looking to fly with the hit straight to the face. Oh my goodness me, you don't think that Grace is about to go for this, do you? Hang on a second, I think we're about to see it, ladies and gentlemen. The Grace Driver, the Grace Driver. Thick Mama Pump has just done the impossible and ended the championship reign of Kong already. No, a kick out at 2.5. Oh my God, I don't think I've seen Kong quite this dominated since she battled Aja Kong back in Japan. And oh, nice counter there by Jordynne Grace, using her quickness and her agility to her advantage as she bounces off the ropes here. Big, oh my God, big move on the back of Kong, and the crowd is loving Jordynne Grace right here. Jordynne Grace in a huge shocker to pull up to Dynamite here tonight, and now challenge Kong for the AEW Women's Championship as Kong is being dominated right now. Oh, hang on a second, man, I spoke too soon. Gets out of the way of that one, and now Kong is right back on the offense. This is an awesome performance from the awesome champion as she has Jordynne Grace up, and she's about to slam her down with another gorilla press. And it may just be business as usual if she can put her away right here, but no, it's another counter by Jordynne Grace, another counter by Jordynne Grace, another counter by awesome Kong. Back and forth these women go, just lifting her up like she weighs absolutely nothing into a cover right here. Is this about to be? Is she going to retain the championship? No. I mean, hey, awesome Kong may definitely have that science advantage over Jordynne Grace somewhat, but don't get it twisted. Jordynne Grace is thick mama pump for a reason. She is just as strong as awesome Kong. Don't get it twisted. But Kong, oh no, the slit throw, and after that front flip, whatever the move is called, I don't know, I'm not a wrestling commentator, but there was an incredible senton, flipping senton that she delivered to Jordynne Grace, and it may be over. Oh my god, she's going for this again. It didn't work out the first time, Kong. You gotta think about this. Think about your championship. Double knees by Jordynne Grace. Now Jordynne Grace is lining up awesome Kong once again, and she has Kong exactly where she wants her for the Grace driver. The Grace driver to awesome Kong. Referee into the counter. Oh my god, Grace has done it. Grace has done it. What the hell did we just witness? Jordynne Grace has pulled up to shock the world and become AEW Women's Champion. It was that right there, the double knees with the counter to the high risk, high reward splash of awesome Kong, and Jordynne Grace has shocked the world, and she is AEW Women's Champion. I cannot believe it. What a night on Dynamite, my goodness, and the show is not even over yet. Congratulations to Jordynne Grace. What does this mean for the future of the women's division? Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to be I apologize, my commentary is a little all over the place from this point on in the show. I cannot believe what we just saw with Jordynne Grace showing up and winning the AEW Women's Championship from awesome Kong. Anyway, we'll move on from that. We're about to be joined by the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. We were promised an awesome Kong appearance on this show. We didn't know it was going to end like that, but we were also promised that Cody Rhodes was going to call out Jay White on this episode of AEW Dynamite. How is Cody going to respond to what Jay White did at the All Out pay-per-view? And I mean, for those of you that have been for some reason living under a rock, first of all, why are you watching this episode? Go back and watch the All Out pay-per-view if you don't know what happened. But if you want a quick recap, essentially, Cody Rhodes set up a tournament called the AEW Combine, where a bunch of free agents and incredible talent from around the wrestling world were fighting in a tournament, and the winner would receive an AEW contract and be signed to All Elite Wrestling. Now, what Cody did not expect is Jay White winning the tournament at All Out and then delivering a Blade Runner to him in the middle of the ring and leaving him lying after he literally just gave him this huge opportunity to come and wrestle in AEW. And so how is Cody going to respond to what Jay White did on the pay-per-view? It's going to be very interesting for sure to see what the American Nightmare thinks of this. Okay, let's just cut to the chase. I came out here a few months ago to announce a little tournament called the AEW Combine, and what I expected was for that tournament to bring in new eyes to All Elite Wrestling, and by God did it ever. Ratings skyrocketed with this new tournament. The entire world was abuzz about all these free agents performing on this show, on our pay-per-views, but what I did not expect is for the winner to hit me with a Blade Runner after I freaking congratulated him for winning the damn thing. Now, Jay, I know you're back there, and I'm tired of waiting, so get your ass out here right now. Oh my goodness me, here we go. Ask and you shall receive, Mr. Rhodes. Here comes the Switchblade, Jay White. Cody. Oh, how far you have fallen. Pandering to these fans was never your style, and so I'm not really sure why you think it is now. Changing your hair color, putting on a $10,000 suit, and screaming your pride for this country hardly makes you a hero. It certainly doesn't in my eyes. Alright, we get it. You can pick apart my character and appearance all day, and whether you think I'm dashing or downright repulsive, it's irrelevant. The reason I call you out here is because I just don't get it. I don't understand why you did what you did at All Out. I gave you an opportunity, and you responded by spitting in my face. You really are desperate to know why, aren't you? Real desperate to know why I would be given a contract, an opportunity to go from undesirable to undeniable, and still turn my back on the man who gave me the opportunity. Well, honestly, Cody, this isn't a fairy tale, and you won't be getting your happy ending. I don't owe you an explanation. The only thing I owe you is another one of these. Oh, hang on a second. Now Jay White's got him hooked. Another Blade Runner to Cody Rhodes. Jay White has done it again and laid out Cody Rhodes with a Blade Runner, and how reminiscent of the All Out pay-per-view is the scene that we are seeing now. Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, it has been a historic episode of AEW Dynamite, and we do not stop there. There is one more stop on this episode, and it's time for our main event, Kenny Omega versus Darby Allin, where Omega has cashed in his AEW World Championship rematch clause, of course, last week, saying that Darby Allin had 7 days left in his World Championship reign, saying no one else is getting a championship match before I get my rematch. And now here we are. The question is, can the best bat machine put his money where his mouth is and become champion once again? And you may also notice that Kenny Omega still has that world champion Titantron of his. I mean, he's a little deranged ever since he lost the championship, a little bit delusional. Don't tell him I said that, but he essentially told me he doesn't want it changed because it doesn't need to be changed. I'm about to win back this title, so it'd be a waste of damn time. And so, hey, bold claim there from Kenny Omega. Can he do it though? Can the best bat machine go ahead and clean up? No pun intended, but can he clean up Darby Allin and become champion again? We're about to find out in this main event. Also, something very interesting to know is, the segment we saw at the top of the show, of course, and here comes Darby Allin, by the way, the AEW World Champion. They have a popular daredevil, that is Darby Allin, won the championship just over a week ago at the All Out pay-per-view via the help of the Stinger, of course, evening the odds against the Bullet Club of Kenny Omega, and of course John Moxley was in that match as well. But as I was about to say, saw a very interesting, and it could prove to be very telling depending on how this main event goes, Kenny Omega and the G.O.D discussing business earlier tonight. Essentially Kenny saying, hey, if things look a little rough out there against Darby Allin, you two will be my insurance policy. And so I'm just saying, Darby, you better be watching your back. You better have Sting on standby, because if the G.O.D come out here, this entire main event, the landscape of AEW changes again, just like it did at the All Out pay-per-view for the Daredevil Darby Allin. And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is what this one is all about. The AEW World Championship. Of course, on one side from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, man trying to get back his championship with the best bat machine, Kenny Omega. And on the other side of the ring, the ever popular Daredevil, the AEW World Champion, Darby Allin. And now Darby Allin perhaps taking one final look at the All Elite Wrestling World Heavyweight Championship for the final time of his reign. Will Kenny get it back tonight, or will Darby's reign continue for another week? We're about to find out. That's what this one's all about. Aubrey Edwards holds up the title. It is a big fight feel here in the arena. We're about to get underway. Darby Allin versus Kenny Omega World Championship rematch. Here we go. And Kenny wasted no time with a kick to the underside of the knee right there, but Darby Allin rolling through. Nicely done right there. Hurricane Rana doesn't connect. Both these men know each other very well. They've been in the ring with each other a couple times now, and it's going to be a bit of a counterfest to begin things, as you see there with the Dragon Through leg sweep. Or excuse me, the Dragon Through leg sweep. I'm sorry, I'm very excited. It's a big fight fear here. A lot changing in the landscape of AEW here tonight. I mean, we had that Samoa Joe versus Christian cage match. Samoa Joe looking for Hangman Adam Page. We of course had Jay White, and by the way, another sunset flip powerbomb there by Darby Allin to Kenny Omega, the #1 contender. But we of course had the emergence of Jay White for the first time on a Dynamite episode to hit Cody with a Blade Run again saying, hey, no, I'm not giving you any answers tonight, Cody, no way. You can have another Blade Runner though. And of course, who could forget maybe the biggest thing that has happened here tonight, of course, in the women's division. The emergence of Jordynne Grace to change the game, to challenge Awesome Kong with her career, the title on the line. You saw how we got there, and pulling up the ultimate upset to beat Awesome Kong here tonight on Dynamite and become the AEW Women's World Champion. Absolutely insane scenes here tonight on Dynamite. The question is, are we about to see a new champion in Kenny Omega? Once again, Phoenix Splash does not connect. Double knees by Darby Allin with the counter, and now Darby Allin looking to turn the tide of this one as he does with the Hurricane Rana. Question a moment ago, are we about to see another title change here on Dynamite if Darby Allin continues this? No way. Oh my goodness. There is a Uranagi by Kenny Omega as he slams down Darby Allin. He slams down the champion. Now Kenny is looking to send a message here. Big knee, the V-trigger, or at least a modified version of the V-trigger. Either way, Kenny Omega very proficient with his knees, but no, another kick out by the champion. And now Kenny Omega Irish whip here. This is where Kenny Omega is dangerous. Never mind, counter by Darby Allin again. I told you this would be a counter fest between these two men. They know each other so damn well at this point. It is already so damn personal. Oh, what a strike. What a forearm by Kenny Omega. And now Omega with the Irish whip off the ropes here, and Omega, no, he's countered again by Darby, countered again with the powerbomb, and now Darby Allin looking for something as Kenny Omega is dazed and confused as Darby Allin bounces him off the ropes, back body drop, and now Darby Allin going through a cup here, 1, 2, 3, no, a kick out at 2.5 by Kenny Omega. Gonna have to do more than that to beat the former world champion and the man who is the best bat machine, the cleaner, the leader of the new Bullet Club, who I'm sure G.O.D and the Young Bucks are watching on, as there's a big move to the arm right there by Darby Allin. We talked about it earlier when Kenny Omega was making his entrance, the whole insurance policy talk by the G.O.D. Will we see them come out here tonight? I mean, honestly, if this continues right now, if Darby Allin is still in control in about 5 minutes, I'm afraid G.O.D are going to be out here in no time, because that's what the insurance policy is for Kenny Omega. But Darby may just put Kenny away before this one is all said and done, before the G.O.D even have a chance to come out of here. Spiral tap, but no, it's countered again by Kenny Omega, moving out of the way and now delivering a deadlift sit-out powerbomb to Darby. And now Kenny Omega here picking up Darby Allin. Oh, hang on a second, what are we about to see here? I think this is the predecessor to you-know-what. There it is, the electric jet German suplex, which usually is the predecessor to the one-winged angel. And Kenny is pointing at Darby, saying his world championship reign may be as good as over right now if Darby Allin cannot turn the tide of this one. Oh, what a counter by Darby Allin. Darby Allin, never say die, never say quit. That's what the kid's about. The kid's got guts. You can't knock him for that. And Darby Allin, but no, another counter by Kenny Omega. And Omega is looking to go airborne. Looking to go airborne with a crossbody, but the strength, the resistance, the resilience of Darby Allin picking him up and slamming him down. And now Darby Allin is picking up Kenny Omega here, and now what are we about to see? Oh, hang on a second, another counter, a German suplex, a counter by Kenny Omega coming in clutch and not letting go of Darby Allin, not for a second with these Germans. Gonna go for the third. We saw this before from a certain Olympic gold medalist, and Omega paying homage to him. And hang on a second, wait, Omega, oh, he was looking for that one-winged angel right there, but it was another counter by Darby Allin. And now look at this, the kick straight to the legs. Darby Allin knows he needs to dig down deep now to win this one, to retain the championship. Big boot there, and now Darby Allin, hanging a second, working down on the armor of Kenny Omega again. Remember, if those arms are taken out of play, if he doesn't have the strength to lift Darby Allin, then you're not going to see that one-winged angel at all in this matchup. And now Darby Allin once again looking to go airborne with with the 450 splash, but it's countered again by Kenny. Another counter by the former AEW World Champion, but no, Darby Allin still scrapping. Really got to ask yourself, as there's a standing shooting star press, how is Darby Allin still going? Perhaps now Darby Allin, you see by his expression, by his body language, wondering what he has to do to beat Kenny Omega here. Kenny Omega, one of the best wrestlers in the world, if not the best. So Darby Allin is going to have to pull out all the stops to beat him here. There's no Sting distraction this time. There's no Sting Scorpion Death Drop to retain the title or to win the title. He's got to do it alone, do it on his own, and beat Kenny Omega 1-on-1, mano-a-mano, right here, right now. And now Darby Allin here. What the hell are we about to see here? Oh my goodness, the pump handle back suplex. And ladies and gentlemen, I hate to do this to you and cut you away from the main feed, the main event here for the AEW World Championship, but I am just receiving word in my headset that there is action going on in the backstage area here tonight at Dynamite. Can we go ahead and see? Oh my god, look, it's Moxley and Tangaloa. Moxley is taking out Tangaloa of the G.O.D. John Moxley, the former AEW World Champion, is taking out the G.O.D. Faction, who he has had problems with. And look at this now, brawling with Tangaloa, taking it down. Saw earlier on at the top of the show that Kenny Omega told the G.O.D. to come out as an insurance policy when he needed help in the main event, and Moxley clearly saw that and said, hell no, I'm not allowing this to happen, not to Darby Allin. And Moxley has laid waste to one half of the G.O.D. Oh, and would you look at this, it's Sting taking out Tama Tonga as well in the locker room area, scoping a mud hole in Tama Tonga, and the G.O.D. effectively has been taken out here by the makeshift team of Sting, and Moxley Scorpion death drop to Tama Tonga. And meanwhile, back in the ring, coffin drop by Darby Allin. The coffin drop to Kenny Omega. Omega's plan does not pay off with the referee counter, and Allin retains the AEW World title. What a spectacular match that was in the main event of this edition of AEW Dynamite. Darby Allin retains the AEW World title. Kenny Omega trying with that insurance policy BS from the G.O.D. and Sting and Moxley saying, hell no, not this way Omega, not this way. And Darby Allin with the coffin drop to seal the deal to retain the championship. Kenny's masterminded plan backfires, and the question is, where does this leave Omega and Darby Allin and Sting and Moxley and the G.O.D. heading into our new pay-per-view in a few weeks, Blood and Guts? I'm not entirely sure, but we will see you, ladies and gentlemen, this Friday for the debut edition of AEW Rampage in Chicago, Illinois, the first dance in the United Center.